Later on, when I was younger, I mean, I went through, as many people have, a lot of trauma growing up. And I was just angry, and I was going through a lot of pain, and I was just so confused. And I started working at 17 years old, so I went from being a senior in high school to filling out W-2s, not understanding what I was filling out. And at the time, I was dating someone that was 19 years older than me, so I was just so confused about life and just lost. And I didn't actually receive therapy from that relationship till about, almost 8 years later, where I actually realized what kind of trauma I had gone through, what kind of verbal abuse I had gone through, and just really had to grow up, because it came to a point where I was just so depressed and I could not get out of my closet. Like, that's where I would pray and just cry, was my closet, and I just could not leave. And I was like, I can't live like this anymore. So, my pastor came into my life, who's like my big brother now. My acting coach said, I won't coach you unless you go to therapy.
Wow.
And so I was really forced by my loved ones to seek help, and here I am a few years later. But I needed it and I wanted it, and I've learned that it's really a choice. Like, people can tell you things or you can give advice, but if they're not ready to hear it, like, there's no point to it. So growing up, there was a bit of pressure, I guess. I didn't understand it growing up because my father was famous, and I didn't know him walking down the street and people asking for photos. I didn't understand it because to me it's just my dad. And I remember being like, Dad, when we go out today, you're not allowed to take pictures and you're not allowed to meet people. And if he did, I would cry and be like, you promised me, not understanding. And then it just felt a little pressure because I had to hold up this persona. Unless you step away from whatever is keeping you in that darkness, you're never going to be able to see the light. So it's like, your body, when you start eating healthy and you're so used to eating fast food, your body adjusts to eating fast food. But when you start going through a detox, you're going through a lot of pain, your stomach hurts, you're releasing a lot of things. And then let's say you eat clean for about a month. If you even touch a French fry, your stomach starts to hurt because you've cleansed it so much that you're not even used to that, that toxic, those toxic foods and oils anymore. Your body's like rejecting it. So I think in life and period, you have to do that, where you kind of have to step away and take that out of your vision. And so you can kind of clear your mind, be more about yourself. And then when you step back into it, you have more of a clearer vision of who you are and what you're looking for. Nothing in life is fair. Sometimes a person will get a job that I was up for, and I know I work way harder than that person, and I know that I put more time into studying, and this person just got a DUI the other day, but because they have more followers, they got the job. That's not fair. And so what I've had to learn that is, it's not fair, but that also wasn't the job for me. That's the door that wasn't supposed to be open. Another door was supposed to be open. For example, I was on a show, and I got recast, and I was like, the hell? That's never happened to me. It was like, I just got fired. Whoa. And it was not fair. I didn't understand. It was the dumbest. I actually can't even tell you the reason. I don't know, because I never got a phone call. I never got any sort of explanation. I kid you not. It wasn't fair, but then I wouldn't be on Grownish right now. So again, like I said, rejection leads to opportunity. So I don't know what happened. Okay, so that person doesn't work as hard. That lifestyle, whatever their choices are, is not my problem. And if I focus on that, on what isn't fair, then I'm not able to move on with my life. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have another opportunity. It just wasn't that one, which is fine. And that's the hard part, is accepting, okay, it's fine that I didn't get that one. A lot of honest people in my life. And again, I was just ready to hear it and change and learn it and kind of talk about the pain I was going through. When I first started working with my manager, he was very transparent with me on, how people viewed me. And then I was very transparent with him, like, okay, so this is what I've been going through and this is why I was acting like this, and I'm not that person anymore. And it, my words can say it, but my action will say something differently. And so now I just, the no's that I get, the rejection that I get, I'm like, I dissect it a little bit. It's like, well, let me get feedback. Oh, it was because of this. Okay, all right, cool. Then I'll know that for next time. When you have a dream in your heart, and I truly believe that God's not going to put a dream in your heart if it's not going to happen, but you have to go through the growth of it, and that's the part that like people don't want to do.
Yeah.
My pastor said this one time. He was like, isn't it crazy how one day you're like, all right, I'm going to follow God, and I've changed, and I'm a new person, and everything's going to be great. And that's when you go through the worst time of your life. You go through hell after you say yes, and you're mad. You're like, it's been a month. I go to church every week. I pray. I read the Bible. Why is everything so bad?
Yeah.
And you know, he talks about puzzle and how you got to break the puzzle and then kind of put it back together. But it's like you want God to fix everything in a week when you've been messing up your life for 25 years, and you expect it to be just good right away. Get used to the word no and be okay with it. It's a lot of hard work, and I think just enjoy the process of it. It's not easy. Have other hobbies, be okay with no, and always study. Rita Moreno told me, stay in school, acting school. She goes, I still go to acting school. She's in her 80s. You like always study your craft. Just like a doctor, you want them to study medicine every day and be up to game. You should study your craft just as much.